Alright, welcome back po sa ating 2014 FIBA World Cup Primer. And at this point, mga kaibigan, ay pupunta tayo dyan sa Spain. Okay, at makakausap natin ngayon Coach Chot Reyes and members of his staff straight from Seville para malaman natin kung kamusta na ang kanilang kalagayan dyan. Hello, Coach Chot. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Dito, ano na ba dyan? Anong oras na dyan, Coach Chot?
Tanghali, kakatapos namin mag-lunch. Kumusta, Richard? How are you? Freddy, Jason, and Peak? Where's your bow tie, Peak?
Coach, my fault.
Hi.
All right, Coach. We're discussing, ngayon, yung discussion namin is about the composition of your coaching staff. Marami siguro nagtataka, bakit ang dami-dami nakasama na sa coaching staff mo? Can you give us a brief summary? What's the reason behind this? And in a nutshell, what their roles are sa staff mo?
Yeah, first of all, for the coaching staff during the games and the bench, it's still going to be only Coach Norman, Coach John, and Coach Josh who are going to be seated on the bench with me. Just the original lineup. And from the FIBA Asia, we've had Coach Ryan specifically to do the player profiles and statistics, and Coach Nash Rosella for additional scouting. Now, if you notice, at FIBA Asia, we already had Coach Tab Baldwin with us because he was our Middle East specialist. He knows Jordan and Iran and those teams very well, having coached in the Middle East. So he's with us already in the staff for the World Cup. He's been to 2 World Cups and an Olympics. So, alam mo tayo dito, first time natin dito eh. So, it's going to be really stupid of me if I don't get additional help because I have no experience in these competitions. And I'm not shy to admit that. So I got guys with that kind of experience. Coach Tap is one. Coach Nacho Lescano is our expert for African basketball, and you know that we have Senegal in our batch. He's played Senegal himself. Aside from the fact that being a coach in the ACB here in Spain in the second division, he has actually coached a lot of the players we're going to play against. Noshoni, Pijoni, Scola, and he knows a lot of the players from Croatia, for example, play here in the Spanish league. So he knows them very well. So that's the extra help that I thought we needed, and that's why they're here.
All right, see, Senator Freddie Webb, may question?
Coach Chot, I hope everybody is in the best of health. Let me ask you, Coach Chot, what do you think, in which department do you think have we improved a lot? And connected to the question is, ever since you left the Philippines and have these tune-up games, what have you learned from them?
Well, we've learned so much. In terms of specific improvements, I will leave it up to the coaches beside me to tell you because I'm too close to the team sometimes, and it maybe it's more credible coming from them because they've seen us from when we arrived to now in the 30 days difference. Coach Tab has been with us from that, and Coach Nacho has been with us since we arrived in Spain when we started playing tune-ups, and I guess it's better to get their perspective in terms of the specific areas that we've improved in. Yeah.
Well, look, I think that the team came in good health. They came in a great frame of mind. Coming out of China and the success that they had in
All right, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, no? At pero maganda yung nagiging discussion na natin, no? Because nakikita natin kung ano naman yung nasa isip naman ng ating mga consultants. But it's very interesting to see, and it's very for Coach Chot to humble himself and admit, that it's his first time and he needs all the help he can get. Ali, I mean, you've been with Coach Chot, and I mean, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised because this is something that I've seen him do, time and time again. And he's the type of guy that never stops learning. I remember watching him kind of evolve from one style to the next, particularly when I was playing for Pop Cola. Who did he bring in? He brought in Tex Winter, and then started, a few years after that, he started attending Lakers practices, watching how Tex Winter, Phil Jackson handles the players, particularly Kobe and Shaq, and brought a little bit of that philosophy back. And it worked. It worked for his programs, back then, and it's definitely working for his programs now.
All right, we're back with Coach Chot and his staff. Yes, Coach Tab, you were saying, can you please continue?
Yeah, really at the defensive end is where we felt that there was a bigger difference between the Asian zone and primarily the European type teams that we would play with, Croatia and Greece and Argentina playing a European style of basketball. So we felt we had to get more physical. We felt we had to get less reactive and begin to anticipate defensively a lot more than we were. And hopefully Coach Nacho and myself have been able to help the team improve in these areas.
All right, Ali, do you have a question for the coaches?
Sure, yeah. Coach Chut, you've been known, back when I was playing for you, you've been known for your team building exercises, some of them interesting. I remember one time you had us camping out in the middle of the desert, all the way in Qatar, Doha, and the very next day we had to go back to, Doha and play a game. You like putting us in situations like that to toughen us up, to make us mentally strong. I'm just going to ask, what kind of team building exercises have you guys done? Because watching you guys, you look like such a tight-knit group.
Well, we did something very, very difficult here. We made them do a cooking challenge, and I think that's the most difficult challenge ever they've had. And it turned out to be very, very great. But talking about toughening them up, I told them before, the schedule here has just been brutal. We're going 2-a-days and then weights in between, so we've really been going 3-a-days. We've been really, I think how difficult the environment and the situation is really adding to our, to toughening the team up. And then the added dimension of being away from our families for so long. That's really tough. That's part of toughening.
First for Josh, just because we know that Josh is the one that really oversees yung dribble drive natin. For Josh, how far along are we? How happy are you, and as well as the other coaching staff with the offense? And finally for Nacho, since he's really looking at that Senegal game, how does it look so far with what you've seen with the current group that we have now?
I guess I should start. When we began our trip and got together, it was pretty shaky because unlike before where the Talk 'N Text team was really familiar with the dribble drive offense, the core of the Talk 'N Text team came in and just really guided everybody. But with this situation, nobody played the PBA, and we had to relearn it, and including the Talk 'N Text players. And this offense is such, it's based really on developing habits of the players. It's very instinctive. So even our games in Lujan and our few beginning games here in Spain really struggled. It was really shaky. It was just our last two games where we really moved the ball well and really executed the dribble drive well, because we were already a month in, and just by repetition, and of course you add the dimension of Andre, who's trying to learn the offense with us, and really how to incorporate him with his strengths, where he's effective on the floor. It's really all that learning and getting used to each other. So we're getting better at it. Hopefully with these 2 days, we'll get to peak form by the time we play Croatia.
Coach Nacho, Senegal.
Yes, well, it's going to be a hard game because first of all, it's the last game. Both teams are going to be for sure tired, but especially us, because we have to move more than the rest. We have to move quicker than the rest. We have to jump higher than the rest. And especially Senegal, which is a team very physical, very tall, with long arms, totally different than us. But we know how to prepare that game. We have our sense, and we will try to do our best to beat them. We know that it's going to be difficult, but we believe in that we can beat them.
All right, well, that's good to hear. Huh? We believe that we can beat them. Coach Chot, what are your final words para sa mga kababayan natin na talaga excited na mapanood ng ating Gilas Pilipinas?
Well, malapit na. We're just a couple of days away, and you know, it was as if yesterday that we were just dreaming of this, and then now, you know, the dream has become reality. I just want to remind our countrymen, mga kababayan natin, to continue supporting and praying for us. You all know there how difficult the bracket that we are in. We're preparing as best as we can, and our players are trying their hardest. I think in the end, that's the only thing we can promise the Filipino people, that we're going to play a game that will make them proud of us. And in the process, who knows? Ilog ang bola. Baka makasilat tayo ng isa. Kung kaya natin makasilat ng isa, baka kaya rin natin makasilat ng dalawa. Then we'll just play it. We'll just play it as hard as we can and as well as we can.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Chot Reyes and his coaching staff, and good luck, and our prayers are with you. Pinagdadasal po kayo ng buong bayan. Good luck po sa inyo. And Senator, mukhang in high spirits ang ating coaching staff, and it should serve well for our players as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I hope that the players will not feel the pressure, because they should just play the game like an ordinary one.
Yeah. Ali, I mean, the players, being a former player, you know, our players are lucky to have all these guys guiding them here in the FIBA Worlds.
Very lucky. I mean, you got the best team, best players in the Philippines, and the best coaching staff assembled. And you know what? I'll be frank. They look really confident going into this first round.
Yeah. Jason, mukhang kumpiyansa. Hindi kumpiyansa no? Yung magandang tiwala. Oo, tiwala.
Tiwala.
So,
that's all we can ask for. To have belief in yourself. And sabi ni Coach, di ba? Sabi ni Coach Chot, baka makakuha tayo ng isa, baka makakuha tayo ng dalawa. But regardless of what the final score is, what's important is how the game is played by the Filipinos, by the Gilas team.
At ang importante, nandun na tayo. Nandun na tayo sa world stage. Nakabalik na tayo dyan sa world stage. And we are competing with the best. At ito na naman po ang schedule. Kung hindi nyo po nakita kanina, ayan, August 30 na po, ang lapit-lapit na. 6:30 p.m. Kakalabanin po natin ang Croatia. Okay, yan po ang unang laban natin. Susunod, September 1 at 2 o'clock in the morning. Greece naman po mga kalaban natin. And then, September 1 again. Pero 11:30 na, maghahating gabi. Argentina, mga kalaban natin. And then, September 3, Puerto Rico at 7:30. And then, September 4, Senegal at 8 p.m. So yan na po ang schedule sa ating bracket, at sana sama-sama tayong magdasal at sumuporta sa ating Smart Gilas Pilipinas National Team. Alright, thank you very much, Senator. Thank you very much, Ali. Of course. Jason, welcome back. Okay, at ako po si Richard Rosario. At pagkatapos po nito, mapapanood niyo yung closing ceremony ng Nanjing Olympics. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!